we always say one thing. We only roast the ones we love. Ladies and gentlemen, with fair retribution for everyone that spoke tonight, Bob Grant.
Fanculo a te e tutti quanti. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I gotta answer these guys. I gotta answer them. They're using all my material. The only thing I'm grateful for as I stand here, in addition to the fact that I'm being roasted tonight, is the fact that Pat Cooper elevated what we are doing at least to a higher plane. And I've been meaning to elevate my own image to the public, because I don't think I'm going to hang up on anybody anymore. I don't think I'm going to tell anybody off anymore. I don't think I'm going to tell anybody he's a gabon. I don't think I'm going to tell anybody that they're a creep. I guess I'm retiring, huh? But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta blame me for Mario Perillo. It was my fault. I take full responsibility. I thought I had a brainstorm. I thought, hey, I'll ask Mario Perillo. I'm sorry, we're all entitled to a mistake, right? But actually it wasn't a mistake. Where can you find a schmuck who will be a roaster but buy a table also? Do you think the rest of these guys bought a table? These guys all go for nothing. And you know, I like being up here. I can use a double negative, which I would never use on the radio, because then I'd get a letter from that school teacher in Wantagh. Dear Mr. Grant, you use a double negative. See why I hate people? No, but people think I do shtick. You don't mind if I say shtick, do you, Mr. Jew? I found that out. Never heard of it. Didn't you want to hear more? I just think if we had heard more Piscopo, we could have heard less Cooper. By the way, Cooper, why'd you change your name? I don't like Italians that change their name. Let me tell you how Lynne Samuels happened to be here. First of all, I know we got a lot of right-wingers in this room. As a matter of fact, there's so many right-wingers in this room, you make me look like a liberal by comparison. But I want to tell you, I happen to like Lynne Samuels, and I'll tell you why. She's honest. She doesn't pretend to be anything than what she is. Take a look at her. And this is on a good day. As a matter of fact, you'll never see her look this semi-human again. I gotta tell you, I like it when she comes up to the studio, though. She does come up there every now and then. I like it because everybody says, hey, the cleaning woman's here, the cleaning woman's here. Sonny Block here, he exposed himself for what he is, really is, a fake, a phony, and a fraud. I thought he had a good head of hair. The guy's bald. That's it. We can't believe anything he says. Those CMOs you've been selling, I'm going to give them back. I don't have anything to do with them again. Okay, we got Jay Diamond there. He did the voices. Let me tell you about Jay Diamond. No, come to think about it, I won't, because he takes everything seriously. I don't want to be called at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and analyze why I said what I said. You know, Jay, sometimes people say things just to be funny. This guy, I got to analyze. You know how many times we've had to analyze why he got fired from WABC? By the way, Fred, if you're watching this tape, you know me, showman. I feel that the occasion calls for me to zap you.
Bravo.
But That's the way it goes. By the way, somebody asked me as I was walking in, they said, you know, with the way you carry on, how is it nobody's really taking a belt at you? And I'll tell you why. Those gavones are looking for a big guy. Maybe Rush will sell you that material that he allegedly bought out on the West Coast. Although I have my doubts that it was anybody else's material. That was a clever way of getting off the hook, Rush. But, you know, it could be very easy for me to resent this guy. Because, quite frankly, every time I pick up the paper, a magazine, or every time there's a camera crew coming up to WABC to interview, unlike 4 or 5 years ago, they're not looking for me. 4 or 5 years ago, if there was a camera crew, somebody said, now who's interviewing Grant? If you picked up the newspaper, bingo, there's a story about me. But all the attention is focused upon a real phenomenon. And it would be easy to resent this guy, except for two important factors. Number one, he deserves the attention he's getting nationwide. And number two, more important, in a rough and tumbled, cutthroat business, he has shown that he's a fine human being. Rush Limbaugh, thank you for getting on that plane. It would have been very easy for him to cop out. It would have been the easiest thing in the world, because he had to go to a National Association of National Broadcasters meeting in San Francisco. He had to be there last night, but he got on an early plane to come out here. And I want to tell you something else. Not once since 4 or 5 months ago that he agreed to be a roaster, not once did he even hint that he wouldn't make it. And you know why? Because his word is his bond. God love you, Rush. You know, I had intended, when I was thinking about what I might do and say tonight, to really operate with one big scythe and just mow everybody down, but that wouldn't be what is really in my heart. And what is really in my heart is a lot of gratitude. I'm really touched that such talented people would give up their time and come here for this event. Well, I'll tell you very simply a couple of things. It's very easy to take for granted what we do. Very easy to forget the unique position that I have. But I tell you one thing I have never forgotten, and that is, if the people like what they hear, if they feel that they're entertained as well as informed, if they feel that they mean something by virtue of tuning into that radio station, and Lord knows you've got a lot of distractions. You've got families to take care of, jobs to worry about. You've got that awful boob tube maybe that will lure you or entice you. But all those distractions, and that you people have, by virtue of what the rating surveys say, for years and years and years, made it a point to listen to Bob Grant, whether he was on WMCA from 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, or even though that stupid thing I did when I agreed to the midnight show at WOR, I succumbed to the lure of a lot of money, and let me tell you, there are things more important than money. Forget I said that, Manelli. And I think back to that September, almost to the day in 1970 when I did my first broadcast on WMCA. a station that had been what they call, I don't know what the phrase means, but they called it chicken rock. That was the format. And they didn't do any advertising whatsoever. Nothing. That they were changing the format. And all of a sudden, this loudmouth from California comes on the air. Newsweek magazine had a little squib about me coming to WMCA in New York, and they said, Bob Grant may have been popular in Los Angeles, but he's too conservative for liberal New York. Well, it's a good thing nobody reads Newsweek magazine in here, because that was over 21 years ago. But you know, the Almighty knew what he was doing when he sent me out here, because this market has been so good to me that I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and for being here tonight. Thank you.